Metamorphosis could be the title of most any Hulk episode and be accurate, but it would also be redundant. Our focus today is on a young punk rocker named Lisa Swan.
Walking stuck a wall, he's the shadow underneath your sink. When you see him in the street, you can watch him lie and cheat on his way to get another drink. If you chance to call his name, he will answer you in shame and inquire about the clothes he has worn.
I do not envy Mackenzie Phillips growing up the daughter of John Phillips of the Mamas and Papas. That group was defined by drug use, and old John was a heroin addict for most of her development. So it was no surprise when she spent a fair bit of her life in and out of rehab. The girl can sing. She can also act, and people discovered that in a big way when she became Julie on One Day at a Time. She's still going to this day, and as far as I know, she's gotten clean and is managing to stay that way. We are all in your corner, young lady. Way to go. By the end of the song, the crowd is in what can only be described as a feeding frenzy.
Fantastic. Look at him. Look at him. I love it.
Yeah, they love it so much they're destroying the stage, stealing the gear, and the 16-year-old girl is being trampled down below. They love it. Lisa doesn't. The other woman is her older sister and manager, Jackie.
It was terrific. You drove them absolutely wild. Oh, that new electrical stuff was fantastic, Lisa. I knew it. I thought those kids were gonna tear that stage apart.
They did tear it apart? She thinks this is a good thing?
And baby, you looked unreal. Absolutely unreal. Oh, Alice called earlier. He wants you for his TV special. But I said no. No TV. It's too mainstream. What is the matter with you? You were terrific.
Maybe if Jackie talked a lot less and listened more, she could find out. But she can't stop. Her mouth has a mind of its own.
Seem to be at an impasse. This just in, a 16-year-old girl lies in critical condition tonight after a riot broke out at a rock concert featuring Lisa Swan and Shock. Diane Markin was severely injured when several thousand frenzied fans rushed the stage during Miss Swan's performance. The million-selling new wave rocker could not be reached for comment.
It's easy to see that Lisa is devastated. Well, it's easy for everybody except Jackie.
I'll have GR prepare a statement. Lisa, slow down. Hey, I said slow down. I'll handle this.
Yeah, I know you will. You always have.
I'll handle it. I'll have so-and-so put out a statement. That's all it is for Jackie, a situation to be handled. She won't spare a millisecond for the injured girl. I think Lisa has had enough of that.
Watch it!
You know, Lisa, there are better and easier ways to get out from under your sister's dictatorship. The guy who stood up is David. Jackie was thrown from the car, but she's all right. Between the two of them, they get Lisa out well before the car explodes. I have a feeling when she regains consciousness, Lisa's only thought is going to be, well, that didn't work.
Hey, man, where you been? Everybody's called. Hey, they love all that new stuff in the air, man. Hey, man, what's with the marshmallow?
That's a bandage, Greg. Little sister totaled my car.
What? You okay?
Just a little shook up.
Look, maybe you ought to go to bed and not move around like the doctor said.
Well, I think I'll just rest in here.
Hey, who's this? Dr. Kildare?
It's David. He saved my life.
All right. All right. Did we adopt him?
Well, we offered him the world, but so far all he wants is breakfast.
The guy is their brother Greg. He never met a pill he didn't like. Now let's see just how clueless Jackie is.
Coffee?
Please.
Greg?
You got it.
Greg, will you get that? Lisa's not talking to anybody today. Okay, David, let's try this one more time. How do you spell your last name?
What's that for?
Services rendered.
I couldn't accept money for a thing like that.
Well, you can't say I didn't offer. What would you like?
Cream, no sugar.
She couldn't have insulted him worse if she had slapped him. Jackie is one of those not-so-rare people for whom everything is a deal or a transaction. Compassion, love for a fellow human being, those things aren't in her vocabulary. Life is about money and fame. And money. And fame. And Lisa isn't like Jackie. She naively thinks people are more important than money, especially when a child gets seriously hurt because of what she's doing.
Lisa? Lisa?
David, I'm sorry.
Lisa is clinically depressed. Jackie doesn't care as long as she keeps whipping kids into a murderous rate. That's what brings in the money.
What can I do for you? There's got to be something. I mean, do you need a job?
What could I possibly do?
You do need a job.
Lisa is also quite perceptive. She uses a wireless microphone on stage, and she puts David to work following her around with a receiver to keep the signal nice and clear. Jackie and Greg don't like it, but Lisa is adamant. David is working for them.
Greg, have you heard anything about the girl who was hurt?
Oh, look, don't worry about her. We got more important things to think about.
More important than a young girl's life. And why is Jackie dressed like an airline stewardess?
That new equipment didn't get here.
What new equipment?
We have 2 more starbursts coming in. They're fabulous.
Jackie, you know that I hate the 2 we already have. They give me the creeps.
Jackie insists the show needs electricity and pizzazz.
Come on, you know that this is what it's all about, the show.
What about the tunes?
Hey, when we used to play the Fillmore in the 60s, there was so much light show you couldn't even see the band.
Greg, will you get the studio set up, please?
You're kinda making Lisa's point for her. But he's stoned to the gills as usual, so he doesn't have a clue. While they're doing a sound check and David is getting the hang of his new job, here comes trouble.
Are you Jackie Swan? I'm from the National Register, Jack McGee.
Mr. McGee, this is a closed rehearsal.
I just want to have a few words with your sister about Diane Marks.
Well, we released a statement yesterday.
Yeah, well, that was yesterday. That was before they discovered the girl was paralyzed. Maybe for life.
Jackie isn't thinking about Diane Marcon. She's thinking about what that means for their publicity.
Well, I'm sorry, Mr. McGee, no interviews.
Well, why don't we let her decide that for herself?
That is vintage Jack. Don't take no for an answer and be as pushy as you need to. But today he's met his match.
I decide that.
Look, Miss Swan, I don't want to make your sister look bad. As a matter of fact, I don't want to be in this story at all. I'm on another story. It's a bigger story, in my opinion, a better one. But I have my orders, so if you'll just allow me to have a few minutes, I'll be...
I don't care to deal with your paper, Mr. McGee. It caters to the baser instincts, and I don't want this matter exploited.
And what sort of instincts do you cater to, Miss Swan?
Let me show you out.
Oh, Jack hit a major nerve. She knows, but she doesn't care as long as the money keeps coming. Conscience and obscene wealth do not play well together. Later, the band is breaking for lunch.
You know, these guys have been with me since the beginning. We were playing in small bars and clubs.
No, the good old days?
I didn't think so at the time. You wouldn't have believed the dives we played in. $50 a night if we were lucky.
Oh.
We slept in a van on the road. We made some pretty good music.
Now they wear fright makeup and sing about taking people to hell and all the rest. If you follow music, you've seen it plenty of times. When the band starts out, they're all about the music. When they start getting big, some commercial enterprise gets hold of them and turns them into nothing but money machines playing to the rubes. As Lisa said, what about the tunes? Frankly, for my money, if you think you need all the flash and pyrotechnics and stuff, you don't really believe in your music. You don't think it's good enough without that stuff. Any musician should think about that.
I can't believe you remember the tune.
This reminds me a lot of the Wonder Woman episode called My Teenage Idol is Missing. That rock star hated what they were making him play, and in the end, he did one of his own songs, and we discovered that he's a crooner, not a pop singer. Lisa is the same. Jackie's making her do all this angry, vicious punk stuff when she should be going the direction of Anne Murray and Dionne Warwick. It's a wonderful song, and it has hit written all over it. Too bad Jackie can't read.
That was really lovely. Did you write it?
In Another Life. Jackie says it's boring and it's not what the audience wants.
Once again, I refer you to Dionne Warwick and several others. Even better, Whitney Houston is just around the corner. She'll show you how to do your style of music.
What do they want?
Power. Energy. And it's really there. I mean, I get this huge rush when I know that the audience is just as caught up in the act as I am. And the more power that I send out to them, the more power they send to me.
I know what she means. I haven't played to a house of thousands, but I've played to an enthusiastic crowd, and the energy really is infectious. It really does drive you to excel even more. I love it as much as she does.
Not like my old tunes.
Well, don't think that your old tunes lack power. The one you just sang was very moving.
Yeah, well, Jackie says that kind of moving ain't what they want to hear.
It is possible for Jackie to be wrong, you know. They're working on a new album, and David has gone to the studio to help set up.
David, when you get to it, patch the piano to number 8.
Greg is carrying a grudge. When Lisa was in the process of hiring David, Greg heard her say that her brother was so stoned he couldn't do more than one thing at a time. Now, it's true, but rather than do something about his drug use or talk it out with Lisa, he blames David.
I don't get it, man. She's like a puppy dog around him, and she bites my head off.
Oh, don't let her get to you, Greg. She's tired.
I'll sit down on my case about drugs. I mean, how long I've been with her? I never let her down. And this David cat comes along, and it's instant Donnie and Marie.
Well, maybe if you got him loaded, he'd lighten up. Or if he can't handle it, maybe he'll split. So why don't you go in there and help him out?
He offered David his drugs before, and David said no. The Just Say No campaign was years away, so David was ahead of his time.
Hey, not bad, man. Not bad at all. This calls for a little reward. Orange sunshine. For later. I know the dude who makes it.
Orange sunshine?
Acid, man.
Oh, no thank you. Not my thing to do.
It could show you a side of you never seen before.
No thank you.
When I was in my teens, a friend of mine tried yellow sunshine once. Emphasis on once. Jackie gives him an excuse to leave David by himself. That's similar to what my friend described. He said he couldn't function at all and the whole world was made of rubber. At least he didn't have a bad trip. With LSD, that was always a possibility. If you've ever used the word bummer, that's what it meant in the beginning, a bad acid trip. What's a bad trip? Well, there was the guy who thought he was drowning. I forget what else. You see yourself in a bad or dangerous situation that you can't get out of. Such as green goo holding your feet to the floor. He's yelling for help, but without any of the microphones on, they can't hear him in the booth. His feet aren't stuck anymore, but the Hulk has murder on his mind. Soon enough, the Hulk is real. And he's still tripping. Next, he's got a microphone stand, but he thinks it's David.
What was that? Oh! Oh my God, what is that?
I have a feeling Jackie is going to be getting another visit from Mr. McGee.
Get out of there, man!
Too late. Do you think somewhere in his mind he realizes that Greg is probably the one who did this to him?
Well, word is out that you had unexpected company.
King Kong City, man, but green and big. And I do mean big.
Police are taking care of it, Mr. McGee.
Who was here before it happened?
Just me, Jackie, and a couple roadies.
Mr. McGee, I have a person missing. I have a mess here to clean up, and I have a really rotten headache. So now if you would just leave my sister and me alone.
This no longer concerns just you and your sister, Ms. Swan. Now, where can I find these roadies?
I'm asking you to leave us alone.
You ever hear of the First Amendment, Ms. Swan?
Yes, it says the government can't stifle the press. She's not government, Jack. Meanwhile, Lisa is... What's the word I want? Oh yes, smashed.
Whatever you say it softly.
The problem with drinking to forget is it doesn't last. And the consequence is often worse than what you were trying to forget. David knows Jack is hanging around, so he has to leave. Lisa is begging him not to. She can't really talk to anyone else.
I wanted to go and visit Diane Markin today. but I can't face her alone. Would you come with me? Please?
Okay.
As if he could say no to a request like that. This is David Banner, all-around good guy and doer of good things.
Who is it? Who are you?
I'm Lisa Swan. This is my friend David.
Can't see you, but hi.
Hi.
The equipment for dealing with a neck fracture like Diane's hasn't evolved significantly over time. The idea is still to keep the neck from moving and possibly causing more damage while the doctors figure out what they can or can't do. The systems and materials vary, but they all have the same goal: put a bunch of clamps on your head to hold it still.
I brought you some tapes and a cassette player.
Thanks.
They're just some old unreleased sessions. They're very special, and I thought you might like to have them.
Thank you. You look real different without your makeup and everything.
This is the real me.
Seriously, would you know what to say? The guilt is eating her alive. Diane wants to hear one of the tapes.
Those chord changes are really neat.
You play the guitar?
Yep. I do.
The guilt just took another big bite.
You know, I'm very sorry about what happened.
It's not your fault. It was a great concert, really. I'll never forget it.
She's facing it with a smile and a joke. A joke that Lisa can't appreciate because the guilt just bit a chunk out of her heart. In that brace, it's impossible to recognize her, but that's Parole Officer Jane from Misfits of Science, Jennifer Holmes. I get the feeling that role was a lot easier to get ready for than this one was.
She's so pretty.
Yeah, she is.
She's so young. She doesn't seem to realize what I've done to her.
Oh, no, come on, Lisa.
Oh, it was bound to happen. When you create a monster like that, eventually it's just gonna take control of you. I planted the violence in those kids. Now it's blossomed into something that I can't stop.
Lisa, those seeds are in all of us.
But I made them grow.
She's right. Mob mentality is a scary thing, and it's what's making her rich and famous. Is it worth it? Is it all worth one girl's future?
And what is to stop it from happening again? Maybe even worse.
You? Lisa, you can stop it. If you want to.
You're right.
Pay attention, David. Her eyes just went totally dead.
What are you going to do?
Tonight's my last concert.
He thinks it means she's quitting. We know what she actually means.
David, I'm glad you're here. I can't find Greg, and these need to go to the auditorium now. Look, you better be sharp tonight when Lisa's this hot to do a show. She's hard to keep up with.
Are we thinking about the same person?
One I just talked to is ready to fly.
But I was with her this afternoon. She was very upset about Diane Market.
Oh, she's tired. We all are. We'll take a rest after this album is finished.
That's not how it works. When the album is finished, you do a concert tour to promote it.
But when I left her, she was talking about canceling the tour.
What?
Yeah. Of course, that might be best for her.
Hey, wait a minute, David. Let's get something straight right now. I am the one that decides what's best for Lisa. I always have, even when we were kids, because I know what Lisa wants. I know what she needs. I know what she thinks. I even know how many times she breathes in an hour. Because I created Lisa Swan, and she wouldn't be where she is without me. None of these people would.
David has a knack for getting the truth out of people, and he just got it from Jackie. I'm not sure even she realized she felt that way, which is why David's calm stare is boring into her soul. She says, "Stay away from Lisa." That'll be difficult since he's still operating the wireless receiver. Those are the things that make the big electrical bolt above her. She wouldn't want to do that when they're turned on. Or maybe she would.
Yeah.
Hello.
Mr. McGee, how many times do I have to say no to you?
Look, Miss Swan.
Back
I'd like to
off,
have a couple
mister.
Of minutes.
Go buy a ticket like everybody else. David needs to talk to Lisa.
Hey, you gotta get your spot, man. We're waiting on you. Hey, come on, man. Let's move.
Or not. It's concert time. Necktie Nightmare is going strong, and Lisa is in rare form.
You want blood? You want it all? Now come on! Come on! I'm gonna show you the depths of hell! You're gonna burn! We're all gonna burn! I'm gonna take you places you've never been! I'm gonna show you things you've never seen! I'm not gonna let you go until I've given you what you want! What do you want, huh? What do you want? Is it blood?
We saw the crowd starting to swallow David. The guitar solo was rocking out, and Lisa is scaring the daylights out of everyone backstage.
Oh God, Lisa!
She intends to touch that thing and electrocute herself on stage. They want blood and death. She'll give them a show that will stay with them for the rest of their life. David got knocked down and stepped on one too many times, as we can see. He's not about to let her do that, and to make sure, he'll destroy it. I hope we're all watching the guitarist who has no idea what's going on. The idiot kids in the crowd don't get it either. They're still rocking out to that. I like to rock as much as anybody, but I can't follow that beat. There's a 7-foot monster destroying the stage, and that crowd thinks it's part of the show. Our producers didn't have a very high opinion of American youth in 1979.
When I saw that creature, I realized that if I electrocuted myself in front of the audience, it wouldn't put an end to it. It would only feed their appetite.
She's not wrong. If you feed into people's lower natures, guess what you're going to grow? If you feed into their better natures, same question.
Well, I really was worried about you.
Well, it won't happen again, I can promise you. I don't want anyone else like Diane Markin on my conscience.
How about your relationship with Jackie?
We'll make it. She's listening to me now. With my music and her business sense, who needs the effects? Whatever happens, it beats suicide.
You know the drill. Anytime the subject comes up, the number goes up. To expand on what Lisa said, anything beats suicide. If you're having thoughts, talk to somebody. If there's nobody around you that you can trust, call the number. You can stay anonymous, but you will get what you need. So, please. I think the show just handed me my first big disappointment. We should have seen the reconciliation with Jackie. We should have heard Jackie finally admit that maybe Lisa does know what she wants. It falls flat. Rather than an extended view of the Hulk destroying stuff, we should have made that the real climax of the episode, since it was the main focus. The episode overall was as good as we've come to expect from the show, so I can push past the disappointment. I keep reminding myself that it took 2 movies and 3 seasons to get there. That's pretty good. Jackie's making her old one word at a time. You know the drill. Anytime the subject